Seaweed is this magical resource. We don't need to fertilise it, water it, add pesticides, etc. It grows, and it grows in abundance across our coastline. Historically, the Celts in Britain were big consumers of seaweed. They were foraging, but it hasn't quite translated to the modern day that we live in. I want to help bring seaweed back to the menu. Being younger and getting in the water, you learn quickly that the ocean is very powerful. And you have to learn to work with it rather than against it. You go underwater and it's like a different world. The way seaweed moves, the way it dances with the ocean, it's like nothing you see on land. It's beautiful. All of our UK species of seaweed are edible, but none of them are regularly featuring menus across the UK. I'm selecting the highest quality bits of seaweed I can by hand. It's peaceful, it's methodical. It's satisfying to be able to do something like that in such a chaotic environment, which is the ocean. I started as a marine environmental scientist and learnt that actually our world is under threat and I wanted to do something about it. So I moved to the city to pursue sustainability, and the ocean called me back. Our food systems are one of the biggest problems contributing to environmental damage. We need to look at different sources for different types of nutrients, and that's where seaweed comes in. I'm from Dorset, and Dorset has always been a place which I've loved exploring. I started foraging seaweed for my own personal consumption, but now we're excited to work with harvesters across the UK. You clean it, you remove any sort of debris that you might find, and then you dry it. Seaweed, when it grows, it absorbs ocean nutrients. It has calcium, magnesium, potassium, iodine. Iodine contributes towards the normal function of the thyroid. So that controls your metabolism, it's your brain function, it's your hormones. That alone is an incredibly useful nutrient that a lot of us need to have more of in our diets.
From an early age, I saw seaweed being used in Ireland quite a lot as a bar snack, which blew my mind as a kid because it was like, where's the, crisps and the scratchings?
It's incredible to see someone using seaweed in a sort of a professional environment. It just shows you how versatile seaweed can be.
We're going to make some pasta, which has got seaweed rolled through that. We're going to also make a little seaweed butter with a bit of grilled fish. It just melts into it as it cooks, which naturally seasons it and gives it a lovely crisp finish. We've cured our own bacon in sugar kelp, and we're going to make a lovely bacon roll out of a milk bun. Also has seaweed in it. Processed salts are damaging in large quantities. Seaweed creates a more natural finish. I've also made some seaweed ice cream, which is a bit of a curveball, but it's delicious. And we're going to do that with a little treacle tart.
The seaweed ice cream had that nod to a salted caramel. It's that sea salt in a place where you wouldn't expect it to be. Seaweed has this deep umami flavour, and what it really is a flavour enhancer.
The seaweed adds definite depth. So my cocktail is called the Siren's Cool. So I wanted that feeling of the rush of cold water when it first hits your skin, and there's the magic that the ocean has.
Seaweed has that slight oceanic flavour. It's fresh and it tastes like being by the coast.
The way that we get seaweed on a plate is very much a stepping stone in between our dining experience and what lies beneath the ocean.
Seaweed is one of the most sustainable crops on the planet, and it has this untapped potential to enhance the flavours of your cooking.